The players are some of the most important and influential aspects in almost every sport. So today, we will be counting down the top 10 best strikeable players right now. Starting at number 10, we have Tanner Berg, who has actually been around since season 1. Since then, he's a 3-time champion with the Hoopers and has stayed consistent with his game every season he's played in. Although he's only played in 8 games the past season, he was one of the best players in the league after getting traded to the Swishers mid-season. He put together an average of 197 while scoring 2.125 points per game. If he had played a full season, he would have been in the MVP race. Next up, at number 9, Robert Belt will make the list. Joining the Strikers out of the Season 4 expansion draft, he was projected to be a bench player for the majority of the season. That all changed one day when he got the nod to play in his first preseason game. He then went on to score 13 points that game, which still stands as the record for most points in a game. He was quickly moved to the starting lineup after that, and had a great season, scoring an impressive 1.5 points per game on the season, which put him on the Season 4 All-Strikeable second team. Now at number 8, we have Sam Robinson, the B2 from the Ballers. While leading the league last season with 8 triples, he ended up coming second place in the Blocker of the Year voting as a rookie. He was incredible down the stretch of the season for the Ballers, while scoring 6 triples in the last 4 games of the season. No one other than him scored more than 5 triples during the full season. Now if that doesn't make him a top 10 player, I don't know what does. At number 7, we have Fredrickson Ollie. Now don't get me wrong, Fredrickson Ollie is the greatest icon in the sport, but his numbers the past few seasons just don't compare to the people above him on this list. If this list was made a couple seasons ago, Ollie would have been number 1 with no question. But after all, number 7 isn't bad. It's just not what you would expect for the potentially greatest of all time. Now at number 6, we have Rick Burns making the list. If you watched our video about the history of strikeable, you would know all about him. But the stats talk for themselves. He could not be stopped last year, scoring 19 points overall with a 204 average. At one point, he was the clear favorite for MVP and led the league in almost every statistic. Just making the top 5, I put Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson had, without a doubt, the best season by a blocker in the history of the sport. He hit 2 wild marks this past season, putting together 50 saves, never done before, with 5 triples, second most in the league. And did I forget to mention that he did all of this in his rookie season? He definitely has high hopes for the next season, and we're all rooting for him to live up to it. At number 4, we have Trace Anderson. His past few seasons have been monstrous, and after this last one, he is finally getting recognized as one of the best players in the league. In Season 4, he came in top 3 in the league for points per game, APG, strikes, and points scored. He also led the league in average and scoring plays. Despite all of this, he is still not the top baller on the list. Now in the top 3, we have the reigning Rookie of the Year and MVP runner-up, Scott Stephenson. Stephenson is one of those players that just came out of nowhere. His stats last season are like we've never seen before. He scored 25 points, put up a 242 average, and scored 5 doubles, all in the same season. Up at number 2, we have Chase Browkey. He was the Season 3 MVP, putting up a strikeable best ever 286 average, and he arguably had an even better season last year. He made the Season 4 All-Strikeable first team when he put up a 20-point campaign with a 211 average and a balance line of 939. With back-to-back great seasons like that, I just have to give him the number 2 spot. Finally, at number 1, we have James Donaldson, who blows everyone else out on this list. He is arguably the greatest strikeable player of all time, and for a good reason. He has won 2 MVPs through his 3-year career so far, with his most recent one being his best. In Season 4, he had without a doubt the greatest season by a strikeable player ever. He put up stats that were never seen before, and probably will never be seen again. He scored 32 points through last season. No one had ever touched 20 points on a season until season 4. He put together a 2.18 average with a 2.667 PPG. That gives him an APG of 1.442. He also scored 10 doubles and had an overall total of 8 multi-point games. Before the season, I would have never thought that a single player could possibly put up these stats, but James Donaldson has proven us wrong time and time again, and he will continue to prove us wrong in future seasons to come. As always, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.